Hey there, thanks for joining me on this week's video. I have a fun and pretty gross topic to talk about today. It's our gut health, okay? Have you ever wondered where this belly fat's coming from? Have you ever just felt full and bloated and just kind of puffy, right? This is very common in menopause. And today I want to walk you through 3 ways that menopause actually affects our gut health and 3 simple things that you can do today to actually improve your gut health so you can see this weight loss that you're working on, okay? This video comes at a perfect time because I finally am getting my screening colonoscopy done this coming week, and I'm really a little nervous. At 45, I did the Cologuard, which is the poop in the box test, and then now that I'm 48, I know that colon cancer is being diagnosed in younger and younger people. And I know it's so important to get screened. And so I'm finally breaking down and going in for my colonoscopy. But I would love to hear your stories about how your first colonoscopy went and any tips for me as I get ready to drink the big prep. So I would love to hear from you, okay? Please hit like, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not subscribed already, and please share your comments. I love to hear your feedback. I love to see your messages coming through. Create content that you enjoy, and I love to get that feedback and that connection with you so I know I'm not just talking to my phone. So if you are curious what working together with me in a one-on-one setting for coaching to your weight loss goal, please join me on a quick call, and that link is in the show notes. If we have not met yet, my name is Nicole Dalton. I have been a physician assistant for 25 years, now turned menopause weight loss coach. I specifically help women 40 and over lose weight for the last time. And even though I am a medical provider, I am not your medical provider. This content today in this week's video is meant for educational purposes only and is not to take away from the advice of your medical provider. And this is not intended for medical advice. Okay, I want to start off with sharing a couple of clients with you. So I have 2 clients that actually their stories are very similar. So both of them came to me with wanting to lose weight, and they did, and we worked together to lose the weight. But they both shared with me that they had both been to the specialist, had been run through tons of different tests, and because they were struggling with their gut health. They were struggling with abdominal pains, bloating, gassiness, and for years, they have been struggling and not getting answers. They went to the specialist, had all these tests done, was told everything looks normal, but they were still feeling very uncomfortable. And so really with both of these clients, within a week to 2 weeks, they both shared with me that their struggles that they had been dealing with for years with their gut health, and the specialist couldn't find anything wrong, that within just a week or 2, their symptoms were gone. That their gut felt amazing. They weren't bloated. They didn't have this excess fullness feeling. They were having regular bowel movements, and their gut health felt great. And they were amazed and shocked because they had worked so hard for several years to try to improve their gut health. And so their stories are not unique. So most women that I work with will tell me within a week or 2 of working together with really cleaning up and getting curious with that nutrition piece, it's amazing how good our gut feels. Okay, so I know I just got back from spring break with my family. We took them down to the Austin area in Texas. That's where I have a lot of family that grew up picking cotton and on oil farms, and it was such a wonderful trip to connect and reconnect with a lot of my family there in Texas. And howdy y'all. But I definitely ate out of my normal because we were on vacation. We let loose, we relaxed a bit more. I I ate more cornbread with my brisket and some good Texas style barbecue and some heavy sauces. We had several nights we went out for ice cream. So I definitely enjoyed the treats and I ate those without guilt, okay? But definitely by the end of the trip, I felt more full and bloated, right? I was ready to get back to kind of my regular way of eating with a whole food, mostly plant-based diet. Now, and really within just a few days of returning home, I feel so much better. I'm less bloated, less swollen in my hands. My gut feels better within just a few days, right? So it's amazing how quickly your gut can improve once you make the decision to work on improving it. And this will help you with your weight loss because it all is kind of tied together, okay? So I first want to walk you through 3 different ways that our gut is affected by menopause, okay? I think most women don't know this connection piece. And if you are curious more about the hormone piece and the changes of menopause with our hormones, I'll share that link with my last week's video about HRT and hormones. If you want to learn a little bit more, that's a don't miss video. But remember that our whole body, every organ in our body from head to toe has receptor sites for estrogen, okay? So when we go through menopause and don't make any more estrogen, all of our body is affected, not just our ovaries and our uterus, right? Like our whole body is affected by going through menopause. And so the gut has receptor sites for estrogen. Our gut is happy when we have estrogen on board. And when we start to decline, our estrogen levels decline through perimenopause and then into menopause, our gut health is affected. Okay, the first way it's affected is a big change in our gut microbiome. The gut microbiome is a whole big world of amazing new research over the past several years. I'm definitely not a gut health expert. This is really just touching the surface about gut health. But that microbiome, remember, are all the good and bad bacteria, all those organisms that make up this microbiome in our gut and helps it to function normally, okay? So that gut microbiome actually affects something called our estrobolome, okay? The estrobolome is actually the microbiome of estrogen, okay? So that part of our gut health is affecting the way that estrogen is being used in our body, okay? Even though estrogen is produced in our ovaries, right? Our gut health, our healthy gut health also helps estrogen being, our healthy gut helps estrogen to be used properly in our body. And when our gut health is thrown off, it throws off the way that our body metabolizes and uses estrogen. That's called the estrobolome. That's a fairly newer term, okay? And the second way that menopause affects our gut health is as our estrogen levels are declining, guess what happens? These pro-inflammatory markers are rising in our gut, okay? And what that does, it contributes to systemic inflammation in our whole body, okay? So if you've not felt inflamed and puffy and kind of bloated feeling yet, you're going to at some point, because during menopause, this is a stage of high inflammation. And that's also why women tend to have more issues with rising blood pressure, rising sugars, and precursors for prediabetes and diabetes and high cholesterol. And it's because of that elevated inflammatory state. And that also has to do with our microbiome, right? That is being affected by lower levels of estrogen, affects that systemic inflammation. The third way that menopause affects our gut health is our gut motility. So think about constipation, heartburn, bloating, gassiness, because that decreased inflammation elevates the inflammation, okay? And that gut-brain connection with like irritable bowel symptoms is really heightened during this phase in life, okay? So those are the three ways, simple ways that menopause is affecting our gut health, okay? But here's 3 simple things that you can do today to improve your gut health, because the healthier, happier gut, you're gonna find that weight loss is much easier, okay? And who doesn't want a healthy, happy gut and you feel so much better, right? So real quick, if you need some more recipes or are just curious, where do I even get started with this nutrition piece? I'm sharing the link for my free recipes and my free Core 3 quiz. So make sure you check out those links in my show notes below. So 3 simple ways that you can start today by improving your gut health. First thing is fiber, okay? Are you getting enough fiber in your day? It's recommended to get 25 grams of fiber a day for good health. Optimal health, you want 30 to 40 grams of fiber or more, okay? Which is very hard to do. The average American gets about 15 grams of fiber a day. So get curious. How much fiber are you getting a day? And don't guess. Don't tell me, oh, I eat oatmeal and I eat an apple and I get plenty of fiber. You don't know. You need to track it. You need to look at the food label and you need to write it down for one day. Just get curious, because I guarantee you, you're probably not getting enough fiber in your day, okay? The second thing is pre and probiotic foods, not supplements here. That's like a whole nother discussion, but I'm talking about the foods, okay? So your prebiotic foods are very fibrous, have a lot of fiber, like fruits and veggies, your chia seeds, your flax seeds. I throw those in my smoothie every day or in some cottage cheese. And so probiotic foods would be your yogurts with live and active cultures, that good bacteria. Or so some other probiotic foods are your fermented foods, which a lot of people are not familiar with, but that would be your kefir, your kombucha, your sauerkraut, your kimchi, okay? These are all foods that I enjoy eating because I know they make my gut very happy. Even though some of those foods are a little stinky, they're worth it for your gut. Okay, and the last thing you can do, which surprised me a little bit, is exercise, okay? You may have all heard, okay, if you're a little constipated, go walk and move more, and that does help. But it's interesting to me that HIIT workouts have actually been shown to improve your gut microbiome. Okay, HIIT workouts are those high intensity interval training sessions, and you don't want to do these just for like a few weeks and expect big changes in your gut health. You need to stick with it for about 8 to 12 weeks to see the true benefits of a healthier gut microbiome with HIIT workouts, okay? Things that I want you to do when you get off this video today. 1, know your numbers. How much fiber are you getting in your day? Count it up, don't guess, and drop that in the comments below. The second thing, get curious. What other pre and probiotic foods can you start to introduce into your life to make your gut happy so you can help with your weight loss? And the third thing is, how can you get in some HIIT workouts in your week, okay? What days per week? What exactly are you going to do? Because that will help improve your gut flora by just changing up your workouts to including those HIIT workouts. If you have liked this video, please hit like, share with other friends and family, and please comment below. If you are curious to see what it looks like working together through my 16-week menopause weight loss coaching program, please join me for a quick free call. I would love to hear your weight loss struggles, where you need some support with your weight loss, and we'll come up with a good plan just for you.